Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to make a quick video for you all about the top 5 reasons why your launch in your business may not be going the way you want it to right now. So if you are an entrepreneur or some sort of content creator or influencer and you're having some sort of launch right now in your business and you're not seeing the numbers, the results, the clients that you are wanting to see, these are the 5 things I recommend looking at first and addressing in your launch in order to get it back on track. So let's dive in. So the first thing is that you are not communicating the value of your offer well enough in your launch. This is the biggest and first thing that I look at in people's launches when I'm looking at clients' launches or past launches and looking at where they can improve. This is often the biggest thing that most people struggle with, especially if you're an entrepreneur who is very heart-centered, who wants to help people, who wants to be of service to others, or you're an entrepreneur who deals with more spiritual concepts, deeper transformation, inner work, things like that, more intangible results. This is the biggest thing that I see people missing the mark with in their launches, is they're not talking about the actual value of what they do in a tangible way. So if you are looking at your content and you were talking a lot about the inner transformations, the intangible results of your offer or service that you're launching, but you're not really talking very much at all about the tangible results, meaning the more measurable, observable, quantifiable, tangible things that someone can create in their lives or expect as a result from doing the work or taking the program or buying the product that you're offering, then that's something that you need to fix first. That's usually the biggest thing, is are you talking about the tangible results? We often look at the eternal markets for this, things like money, relationships, time, things like that, things that you can measure, health, weight, all the things that are numbers or more observable or external to us. We have to talk about those tangible results. Now, as someone who works in the realm of mindset and spirituality myself in my business, I understand that the true value of what you do is not the external things. The true value of this work that we do as heart-centered spiritual entrepreneurs and coaches and service providers is that we are facilitating deep personal transformation, a shift in someone's inner reality and inner world. And that is priceless. That is insanely valuable. But most of the people who are a good match for whatever you're doing, who need that inner transformation, they don't understand that that's really the thing that is keeping them from all the outer things they want. They're just looking at the outer things that they don't have, those external things, those tangible things, and looking for something to fix that issue. And even if they do have an awareness around needing to transform on this deeper level that you would help facilitate with your offer, they often don't understand the need deep enough to be willing and ready to invest in that transformation. So it's your job to speak to the tangible results. Do this in your marketing in a way that is in integrity, where you are not promising any results that you cannot guarantee, but you get to talk about why, if they want this external thing, they need to focus on this internal thing that you're helping them with. So this is the first thing to look at. Are you talking about the potential tangible results enough? Are you communicating the more tangible value of your offer in your marketing? The second reason that your launch may not be going how you want it to is because you are speaking to everyone. And when I say speaking to everyone, I mean that you are trying to accommodate any person who might want to buy this program or this offer or this service. You are trying to speak to everyone under the sun because you're just hoping anyone will buy. This often comes from either a lack of clarity of what the tangible results are in your business and therefore what the struggles are of your ideal clients for this offer, or it comes from a scarcity mindset of, I'm so afraid that if I really get specific and only speak to a smaller amount of people who are having a very specific problem or have a very specific desire that my offer would facilitate, if I speak to those people, I'm losing out on all these other people and I'm not going to make enough money, I'm not going to make enough sales. Because it's that old adage that when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one, because you cannot get clear enough on those tangible results that we talked about in step number 1. You can't get clear enough on what those are for people if you're trying to speak to everyone. You have to get clear on who your ideal client is and speak to that person and know that there are a lot of people out there who need that. Now, this doesn't mean you have to niche down. This is not the same as niching down. What I am asking you to do here is just get really, really specific on who you're helping and what you're helping them with, and how you're helping them with your offer, right? That's it for this offer. Speak to those people. This could be people who are anyone who wants to lose weight, but they want to lose weight. It's not just people who want to be healthier, right? Do you see? It's like you can speak to people who are men, women, older, younger. That's fine. You don't have to be crazy niche down, though. If you want to niche, great, do niche down, but you don't have to be so niche down into these really specific ideal client avatars. You just have to be clear on, for this offer, who do I help and with what problem? And speak to those people in your marketing. Don't try to speak to everybody. Reason number 3 that your launch may not be going the way you want is because you are not selling enough. Most people do not sell enough, meaning they don't market enough or share enough, and they don't have enough clear call to action in their marketing materials. You don't have to sell every single day. You don't have to sell on every single thing that you create, but you do need to be sharing about what you are offering pretty frequently, especially when you're in the middle of a launch. Most people will share a couple times and then say, why aren't the sales here? Why isn't the money here? You'll post twice about it in a week, or send out 1 or 2 emails about it to your email list in a week and go, why don't I have any sales? Why don't I have as many sales as I want? Because people need to hear about something a lot of times before they're ready to buy, most of the time. Some people are ready to buy the first time they hear something, but most people need to understand the value of what you're offering, right? Which is our step 1, our first thing to look at. They need to really know that it's for them. This is why our step 2 is make sure you're speaking to the right people and not everyone. And they need to see it a lot to make sure of those things. And yes, you can warm people up in your pre-launch. If you have pre-launch strategies, you can warm people up with that. You can warm them up with any sort of free lead magnets you're doing, anything like that. But you still need to be selling consistently. This doesn't mean you spam people's inboxes 3 times a day with sales necessarily. Maybe that'll work for you. It's not necessary. Doesn't mean you have to post on social media every single day selling during a launch, unless maybe your launch is only 5 days long, then be posting multiple times every day on social media, right? It's like, but you have to make sure that there's consistent education and marketing for your ideal client being put out there. Consistent reminders to purchase. Remember that people are inundated with content. It doesn't mean that you have to be the noisiest in the room. It doesn't mean that you have to be marketing in a way that doesn't feel good to you, but you do need to be marketing consistently and frequently and probably more often than you are doing. Oftentimes what I see is that people are so afraid to take up space. They're so afraid that people are going to get annoyed with them selling. They're so afraid that if they are marketing all the time that people are going to unsubscribe. Some people will, but they weren't going to buy from you anyways. You're running a business. It's important to give people the opportunity to pay you in your business. And that means you need to be selling, or at least marketing and sharing about what you're doing with very clear steps on how to take advantage of this thing that you're creating or offering frequently. Reason number 4 why your launch might be failing or not going how you want is that you are overthinking. This is one that once you get clear on those first 3 items and you really address them, this is the biggest pitfall I find for people, because those first 3 things are more strategic. They're more about tightening up how you sell or how frequently you sell or how you write your marketing content or your sales copy or things like that. Once you really practice that with a few launches, it gets to be easy and it gets to be second nature. When you get to this point with the overthinking, the stressing, the worrying about whether people are going to sign up, the worrying about, oh my God, do I need to clarify the sales page? Do I need to rewrite it? Do I need to post 3 more times in this week before it's done? I wasn't planning on it, but I don't really know what to have to say, but maybe I need to do that to find the right thing to convince people to buy, blah, blah, blah. That's where people then get stuck. So what you have to understand about a launch is that you don't have any control over it. I will rephrase that. You have minimal control over your launch. What I mean is you cannot force people to buy. You can't make people buy. All you can do is stack the deck in your favor so that people are more likely to buy. A lot of this is addressed by those first 3 items we talked about already in this video. But also, some of it is just out of your control. You can't make your audience purchase from you. You can't make any single person pay you. You can be very persuasive. You can be very persistent. You can be very likable. You can have a killer offer that is packaged so well and priced just beautifully and have this most perfect launch strategy, and people could still not buy. So it's just important to remember that at some point you have to have a level of detachment or surrender around your launch. Otherwise, you'll drive yourself crazy and you'll overthink, and then you'll produce stale content or very forced content and come from a very needy, desperate place of needing to make the sale or wanting to make the sale, and that comes through in your marketing. And that actually repels people, whether consciously or subconsciously. So it's so important to have a level of detachment, a level of surrender in your launches. And to just remember, whenever you're feeling like, oh my God, I have to make this launch work, I have to say the right thing to get people to buy, that you've now immediately stepped into the realm of overthinking, over-controlling, and you're grasping at the illusion of control. I think that's really important to remember. You're grasping at the illusion of control, because the truth is that you don't have control over whether people purchase, right? We already established that. Anything you think you do that makes you have control is all an illusion. It's just the ego trying to feel like it's in control. It's that scarce, insecure part of you that is like, I need to feel in control of this. I'm trying to control something I can't, so I'm going to look at all the ways. Even if it's just overthinking, that's another symptom of trying to have like some illusion of control, right? It's like, if I think about it enough, I'll find the right solution, I'll have a breakthrough, and then I'll do something, I'll make all the money I want. All of it is us trying to feel like we have control over something that you can't have control over. So after a point, you have to release it. And you have to turn, instead of saying, I need this to work, what if it doesn't, all these horrible things, all these horrible what ifs, you have to say, I'm going to be okay no matter what. And I'm going to learn something valuable from this launch, whether it is a success or a failure. Because there's no such thing as failure. It's just a learning opportunity. I am going to be fine. It's this or something better, right? These are things I say to myself all the time in launches. It's this or something better, or this is all working out for me, or this is a beautiful learning opportunity for me, or what am I being asked to learn from this situation that feels less than ideal? Is it to learn a new level of surrender, to learn a new level of releasing control? Is it to shine a light on a skill I need to tighten up or expand in my business? What is it? What am I being asked to learn here? Everything in your business is a learning opportunity. Everything in a launch is a learning opportunity. Everything is happening for you. Everything is happening for your benefit. Maybe this launch won't go exactly how you want it to, but then because it doesn't, that leads to something even more amazing. That's happened to me more times than I can count in my business. When I've had a launch not go the way I really thought I wanted it to, and then because it didn't, I learned something, or I was inspired by something, and I created something different, and that thing exploded and took off and took my business to the next level. That has happened multiple times for me in my business, but I wouldn't have allowed that to happen if I wasn't open to it happening, if I wasn't surrendered a little bit, if I wasn't detached from every single outcome of every single launch. So there has to be that level of detachment and that level of surrender. So if you feel like you're doing all the first 3 things we've covered so far in this video, right, but you're finding yourself overthinking and stressing and worrying and trying to force results and control things you can't control, then this is what you really have to master, is having a level of detachment, a level of surrender, a level of knowing that no matter what, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. You'll figure it out. And you get to just relax. Energetically speaking as well, this gets you more into the receiving mode. It allows things to come to you. You're not energetically pushing them away. It's a conversation for another time, but there's so much benefit in having a level of detachment and surrender in a launch. Now, reason number 5 why your launch may not be going how you want it to is because you are not holding the energy of a successful launch. What I mean by this is you're not embodying the version of you who already has completed this launch and had it go amazingly and hit every goal they had for this launch out of the park. You're not embodying that future version of you now. And when I say embodying, there's a lot that goes into embodiment. But it's the simplest way to put it is you're not acting as if. So you are not getting yourself into the mindset, into the energy, into the feeling of having completed your launch and looking back on it and saying, this was a wild success. This turned out even better than I could have imagined. You're not embodying that now. You're not being that version of you now and then selling and marketing and showing up for your launch from that place as that version of you. This is so powerful. This has been such a game changer for me in my business when I started doing this years ago, and I started embodying the version of me who had completed this launch and said, wow, that was amazing success. I hit all of my goals. I've made such an impact with this offer. I have had the most amazing clients sign up for it, and it was so easy and it was so fun, and I am just so proud of myself, and I am so happy with how this went, and I'm so excited for this program to start. I'm so excited for people to get to dive into this. I was not embodying that version of me, and when I started doing that, my launches became so much easier. They became so much fun because it really helped me to not be afraid to show up consistently and sell. It helped me not worry about, am I speaking too specifically to a certain type of person? It helped me not overthink. It helped me really naturally take care of everything else we've talked about in this video up until now. But this is the hardest thing to do. It's the hardest thing to step into when your 3D reality isn't showing you your successful launch yet. When you're looking at, you're like, only 2 people have signed up and I wanted 100. And what do I do? There's no way it's going to happen. It's like, it's so hard to act as if, right? It's so hard to be like, no, I'm going to act as the version of me who has 100 people signed up. That's really hard to do until you start to practice doing it, until you start to learn techniques and systems that help you do that. And you really commit to embodying that next level version of you. This doesn't mean you start spending money you don't have. It doesn't mean you start saying you've had results you haven't had. It just means that you're in the energy, the confidence, the excitement, the joy of the version of you who has had this launch go amazingly for them. And you bring that to your current launch, because that's contagious for people. People love that when you can show up being truly excited and liberated from all the self-doubt or the wondering whether people are going to buy, and you just share the value and you just share about this offer that you can't shut up about because you love it, because it came from your soul, and you just sell confidently with the confidence of someone who knows that this is a home run, and you do that. Oh my gosh, it changes the way you launch and the way you show up, how often you show up, the words you use, the energy you carry. It shifts when you embody that version of you who already has had this launch go amazingly for them, who has had the successful launch. So this is something that, again, there's so much that goes into it, but I would recommend just sitting and taking a couple minutes throughout your day, several times a day, and just imagining that, what if this launch had already gone well? What if I already had everyone I wanted signed up for it, or we were just 2 spots away from it being completely sold out, and it's just been so fun and so easy? What would I show up and say next? What would I do next? Is there anything I'd change in my launch strategy? What would I be doing now? If we were like this close to it being done and we'd already hit our goals, or we were this close to it and it's so phenomenal and we've had so much fun and it's been so great, and of course we're going to hit that goal and we're going to have all the dream clients we want here. We're going to help so many people with this. What would I do next? What would I do next? Because you wouldn't take your foot off the gas. You wouldn't be afraid to show up. You wouldn't just stop it, but you also wouldn't force yourself to show up and try to convince people to buy from scarcity, because you've already done it. It's already done. There's already all the people you need or want in there. So just thinking of that and then taking action in your business and doing that several times throughout the day during a launch is so powerful. It is so powerful. You have to be disciplined with it, but it is so powerful. It's something I'd recommend trying. Now, if you want support with any of these items that we talked about in your launch, or you want just to know more of what it looks like to launch in my business as a multiple 6-figure entrepreneur, I have a new series coming for you. It starts on July 20th. It is called Launch With Me. I am going to be documenting every single step of a brand new launch in my business in real time over probably the course of 4 to 6 weeks. And I'm going to be documenting that with you here on my YouTube channel. You can register for that for free. I'll probably have some bonuses and goodies that go out for you if you register for it. So make sure you do that. The link is in the description below this video. I'm also offering the option to upgrade to a VIP experience for the Launch With Me series. This means that when you upgrade to VIP, you get to join an exclusive Telegram channel with me and the other VIP participants of Launch With Me, where you get to ask me questions. I'll give you extra thoughts I have, extra insights, personalized guidance and coaching around my launch process, around any questions you have around launching, business, mindset, energy, all of that. And also I will be selecting one person in the VIP experience to win a month of private coaching with me, which is valued at $4,444. So that is a steal in and of itself. It is going to be so powerful. It is going to be worth so much more than the price of admission, which I have kept very accessible. But I'm just so excited to get to share this with you all and get to help support you on your journey with launching, but also get to share my journey with you, because I think I think business is just more fun like that. So I can't wait to share this with you all. Make sure you click the link in the description below this video to register either for free or for the paid VIP upgrade to join me for Launch With Me, because we start July 20th and I cannot wait for it. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope this maybe clues you into where you can start adjusting and shifting things in order to start creating those more seamless, powerful, impactful, and wildly successful launches. If you like this video, make sure you like it, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. And I can't wait to share this Launch With Me series with you soon. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun. I can't wait.